Hello everyone and welcome to the map Gressven. Today we'll be taking a look at a professional match of StarCraft 2. The red Zerg player spawning here in the upper left corner is going to be Dark. And their Terran opponent, the Sword of Terran, the blue SCVs here in the bottom right. It is Clem, who stands not only as the Sword of Terran, but the light against the darkness. We are gathered here today, this fine day, to bear witness to glorious battle, TVZ bloodshed, on the map Gressven. Who are you rooting for? Who shall prevail? Who do you wish to see move on and take this match? I have no doubt it's going to be a good one. Both of these players are very talented, very successful, very scary within their own fields. And we have a double Rax opener. Not just Reapers, Clem Reapers, dare I say. Even more scary, slightly upgraded. You might accuse him of purchasing some microtransactions to upgrade said Reapers. I assure you, nothing of the sort has happened. Clem's Reapers start out just the same as yours and mine, but they just seem to get so much more done, don't they? And there's going to be a few of them, actually. There's 3? Yeah, he has a third Rex. Oh, I didn't even catch that third one in the main. So Clem is actually committing to some aggressive shenanigans here in the very early game. Not just that, though, still making some SCVs. We'll see. The dance. Beautiful grenade, getting some work done, separating off some lings. A drone actually dies. Dark in hot water already. Does Dark know about the third? No, does not know about the third barracks. Which means this may actually catch Dark a little by surprise. It's normal to see 3 Reapers here with this 2 Rax opener that Dark has scouted, Dark has spotted. Once Reapers 4 and 5 make their way in here. Oh, Clem actually losing one of those Reapers. Starting to get the Queens pretty low though. Transfuse goes out. Oh, tense moment. Both Queens getting into the red, knocking them towards the Reapers. One of them's gonna go down. Clem not quite able to get the second Queen, but he's sure trying. Oh, losing a Reaper, not quite getting that drone yet either. Might start to separate off another Queen. 3 in total, though. Oh, another transfuse. Oh, Reaper. Oh, it's going to be targeted down. The drones remain safe for now. Clem actually could target this hatchery, get a little damage done on it. It would take the Queens a few seconds to get over here. But it looks like Clem looking to end the aggression. 7 Reapers on the field. Well, not in the aggression, I'll re-clarify. No more Reaper production. We'll see. How many were lost? 4. So Clem has 11 Reapers total in the opener here. Highly aggressive. Dark keeping him at bay though. Not quite losing much. Total drone loss is actually very minimal. Loss of the Queens. Ling's speed finishes up. The Reapers are going to get out though. Dark now sees that third barracks, goes, oh man, if I had scouted that, could have prepared accordingly. Dark did plenty fine though. Line of grenades go down. The Reaper's going to remain relatively safe. Oh, they can just go up and down the cliff here. You done it now. Queens moving off creep. Shoo those Reapers away. An entertaining, aggressive opener treated already. I already feel like a winner, and Allow me to say I know the time length of this game. We are not over yet. Not anywhere near done. What's in store? We have a bio follow-up. Stimpak's on the way. A lot of Marines. Double medevac. Dark opting for the Roach Warren. Not the usual tried and true Baneling play versus Bio Terran. I'm a fan of the Roach play personally. Quite the dark supplicant. I like seeing the roaches. I like seeing the infestors come out. Fungal growth, flavored mid-game. I'm all for it. Double Evo. Command Center, I think that's the third CC. Yes, third CC's on the way. As the Terran makes his way back over to the Zerg side of the map. Where are those medevacs? The medevacs barely halfway across. The Marines may not want to stim just yet until they're here. Dark's got a very nice arc set up here, though. Queen count of 7. Most of them fairly low energy, though. Been focusing a bit too much on creep spread, perhaps. Some roaches gonna make their way out. 7 Ovies in production. Dark supply blocked for just a few seconds there. Desperately wanting to make more drones. Dark, so confident in making drones. Not quite confident enough to take the 4th hatch yet, though, which I do agree with. Clem just kind of occupying the position. Be able to deny either side of that 4th base, and I think that's what Clem is kind of waiting to see. Does Dark take a 4th? Does Dark want a 4th? The Reapers just jumping into the main base. Marines may clear some creep. I'm not even sure you really need to move that far on to creep, though. At this point now, it's a little bit of a contain move from the Terran, while forces build up back at home. Shields is on the way, +1's on the way. That 3rd CC did finish up. Probably going to want to get that landed. Roach is going to clear out the Reapers, make room for that 4th hatchery. The Marines get to push forward, start to clear some creep. Oh, forced to pick up, though. Too many roaches, too many lings. Simply summarized, too much Zerg. Where do we go from here? More bio? No mech transition yet. You can see how late does the late game go with these two. I wouldn't expect it to go too long because of the aggressive nature of both of these players, but at the same time, though, they're both rather difficult to break. Nobody's in a game-winning position just yet. Dark has been flooding a lot of army supply, though. 11 more roaches on the way. Maybe looking to get aggressive himself. Stopping that drone production at 65, at least till that 4th hatch is done. Gathering roaches and ravagers. That's about it for the army right now, too. It is just a roach ravager wave. Tank counts at 4 for the Terran. Dark coming in from multiple angles, getting a decent arc. The SCV is going to be evacuated to the front line. Not so much an evacuation as it's a call to arms. Rise up, militia. The siege tanks are set up in a wonderful spot, though, between both of the sides here, and the group of bio's gonna stem forward. That is way too much Terran for just piecemeal of that Zerg army. The second group is not gonna get much done either. A few SCVs killed off, it looks like, but the defense is solid. Oh, Clem staying on top of it, dodging biles aggressively, sniping off the Ravagers, chasing the bugs all the way home. May start to pressure the 4th hatch. May just flat out destroy it. Clem with the sick pickup and a hot extraction. Gonna try and get out of there. These medevacs are low. That was risky. 12 health on a full medevac. Dark gonna respond with some subterfuge tactics, it looks like. Burrow move, tunneling claws for these roaches on the way. Do we have an infestation pit? No. Well, I was just thinking about it. You really should have some infestors for safety here, Dark. Apparently Dark was thinking it too. That is a questionable place to build a factory. I don't think it can actually make an add-on because of the siege tank. What does he move? Does he move the tank or the factory? Medevacs gonna be shooed away. Medevacs sent out. He moves the factory. That siege tank. Now we know which was more important. The siege tank outclasses the factory. Very good. Glad we found that out. Roach Rav gonna meet the bio head on. This should be enough for the Zerg. A little bit of splitting here. Second group of bio gonna move towards that fourth base though. Definitely fine. Defense is fine, and a group of roaches. The pro. Ninja roaches at work. Is there detection? No. Clem's thinking it. Get on top of the siege tanks. Oh, walking into a missile turret. I don't think either one quite saw that coming. Dark kind of just cued them to go into the base. And now the turret's going to finish up here. Oh, the siege tank's going to help out with that defense. Some of the bios called back from the other side of the map. And infestors at long last will show themselves here. Clem maxed out. Dark not too far behind. Dark still adding on some tech though. Might be looking just to round things out. 2-2 upgrade advantage actually for the Zerg. Just barely. Roach Rev not going to be able to compete with the bio. We need some splash damage. Fungal growth. That's what I'm talking about. Picking off the medevac. Another one on the right side going to start to stem the tide of the Marines here. Hive finishes up. More command centers on the way. Looks like we're gearing up for late game TVZ. Hope you brought your beverage. Hope you brought your popcorn. I know I brought my beverage. Stay hydrated, guys. TVZ can definitely go long. Potentially one of the longest of the matchups. Oh yeah, screw that tech lab. Why? Oh, the tanks? The tanks couldn't move. Tank popped out of the factory. Couldn't move. So the factory is yet again the choice. Factory, get out. Maybe you shouldn't make your factory over at your third base then. Medevacs picking up units, flying them around. Ghosts are on the way. Lurker Den is on the way, along with some spores. Anti-drop spores, this feels. Vipers whipping out their straws, gonna drink from the hive, get ready for battle. Blinding clouds, if I had to guess. Perhaps parasitic bomb against the medevacs, though. Terran, not going to be moved from the middle of the map. Zerg, not going to lose too many drones, though, to the drops. Good fungal yet again, even onto some of the tanks. EMP goes out against one infester. These 3 siege tanks. Oh, and a solid EMP. Oh, what a good fungal in return. The bile's slightly misaimed there, which means neither one is going to win right away. Ooh, the EMP onto the Vipers, not before some blinding clouds go out. The tanks are nullified. The fungal onto the medevacs. Tank's gonna be freed from the cloud, which means the Terran gets to push a little bit farther forward. Oh, it's going to be lost. Dark picking off some of the tanks, even getting a medevac. Queen woefully out of position here. Another good fungal. Bile's not quite timed up enough, though. Clem, still alive, still kicking. Gonna be forced to vacate now, though. Too many roaches. Too much Zerg. Dark is going to hold it. Medevac's picking up everything they can. Get the ghost. Pick up. Ghost not gonna be picked up. Ravager Biles onto the tanks. Roach is gonna have to retreat now. Just a tug of war. Back and forth between these two. The Bile of Sass. The quit following me, quit chasing me, corrosive bile. Dark opting to replace with lurkers. Gonna end up losing some of these roaches now. Where are the lurkers? Morphing. Just finishing their morph. Coming out from the cocoon now. Clem is going to be able to see that. Sees lurkers hit the field. Probably feeling good though, already having ghost production established. What is this? What is this? Do you have a Nidus? No. No Nidus. Was it a fake? Overlord spotted. Sloverlord, actually. It's not. No OV speed either. Nope. No OV speed. The Sloverlord giving away potentially some of Dark's plans. We have Ghost cloaking on the way. Do we have any nukes? No. No nukes. Could have sworn I saw. No. Okay. Just one Ghost Academy, I suppose. Could have sworn I saw a second one at some point. Maybe Clem accidentally started a second one and cancelled it. As both players take a bit of a reprieve, a slight breath of fresh air as the Nidus network is built. Hydras. Defensive Hydras. Lurker larvae not quite ready to evolve into their true form. Group of bio here up at the top. Clem not able to find, an inn. Whoa, that's a slaughter. Very good for the Zerg. Lurkers kept on the high ground here. Clem, did I want that second Ghost Academy? I guess so. That tells me nukes. Very likely nukes are on the way here. Plenty of ghost production, more factories being made too, so Clem is thinking about making that switch away from the Marines. The siege tank count, is already quite nice, quite comfortable. 12. You can see that kicking up even higher. Command center's made, get that iron bank set up. And, boy, I sure hope you brought something, because we are looking at a long match between these two. Grape spread not quite on the Terran's front lawn yet. Oh, did we get the OV speed? We did finally get the OV speed. That Ghost Academy was completed. No nukes made yet though. Nothing yet. Maybe just keeping it in the back pocket for now. Ghost's gonna start to move forward. The first Nidus worm is made at the bottom of the map here just for defensive reinforcement, perhaps to scare the Terran with that Nidus worm audio. You know. That terrifying screech sends panic and fear into the hearts of all who hear it. Sometimes even the one who made the Nidus worm. Fusion core spotted. Or will it be? Liberators, I hope. Ghosts moving forward, going to be able to snipe off some of the roaches, start to do some damage on this hatchery. Lurkers moving forward into the third base. Barely any workers here, though. Nidus worm going to be made to help reinforce, perhaps. Orbital going to be lifted. Ghosts here to respond. Into the worm they go. Beautiful. It wasn't for reinforcements, it was for retreat. Very nice. Moving forward onto the top side now, though. That's a lot of ghosts, though. They do have cloak. That is ghost cloak, yes. Not banshee cloak. Very different. Similar, though. I'll give you the benefit of that. They are similar. Clem. Looking to secure the top side of the map. Fresh base, planetary made. We've reached the point in the game. Orbital count. 6 orbitals, 3 more just command centers, though. We've reached that point in the game that Clem can actually start to, let's go with, lower the SCV count. Roach is going to get on top of the ghosts here. A solid fungal, keeping a few of them in place. Some of them just barely going to make it out, though. Overseer. Failed Nidus worm attempt. Good attempt, though. Get on top of the Terran's production. Clem has so many siege tanks though. They're everywhere. 14 siege tanks set up. Liberators starting to show themselves too. Fusion Core was for Liberator range. Ghost Liberator. Ghost Siege Tank Liberator, excuse me. The composition of choice for the late game Terran. Oh, the hatch was eventually destroyed. Which means Clem may actually want to take this position. It's very close to the Zerg though. I'd be a little nervous. A little nerve-wracking. It may actually be more beneficial just to set up some tanks, some Liberators here to try and prevent the Zerg from getting it. Not so much I want it for myself as more I don't want you to have it. Double nuke on the way. Liberators set up shop, gonna be lost to the Hydralisks. Some changelings gonna be sniped. Actually steady targeting on those Marines. Advanced ballistics is about to finish up. These Liberators are gonna get a lot more scary. The missile turrets show themselves. The turrets per minute, the TPM score rising. There's only 10 though. In a 20-minute game, it's a turret every 2 minutes. Oh, the Vipers. Ghosts showing why we love and hate them, depending on your choice of faction, of course. Very nice. Push up the ramp here. Hydra Bane gonna deal with that siege tank. Maybe pressure the orbital here. May actually be lost. Nuclear missile fired into the Clem's own base. Looks like immediately canceled though. Whether it was by death or by choice, who knows. The Banes can help destroy that planetary. Roach Hydra not going to deal with the Terran forces here. Very ambitious hatchery finishes at probably the worst time. Scan squad across the map. Liberator set up shop. Siege tanks. Listen to that. Nuclear missile number 2 goes out in the Zerg's base. Ghost immediately found and killed. You think you got enough Overseers, Dark? 8 Overseers right here. We see all. Look at all those eyeballs. Like a Lovecraftian nightmare there. Ghosts just being annoying. Not actually looking to really commit and do some damage. The creep is going to be cleared. Some drones were lost. To what? Who knows? Siege tanks set up in a nice spot right at the edge of the creep here. Dark been slowly losing ground over the last few minutes, it feels. Perhaps wanting to take some of that back though. Greater Spire and Corruptors are on the way. Brood Lords. Did you bust out your bingo cards, guys? Let me know your TVZ bingo card. Did you get bingo yet? We've had ranged Liberators. We've had mass ghosts. We had steady targeting against changelings. That's a rare one. That one, if you have that one on your card, I'm more impressed that you have it on your card more than anything else. I'm sorry, and we're about to have Brood Lords and Neural Parasite. Freedom for all, unless you're a spore crawler. The sassy spore crawler here. Gonna be destroyed by the ghosts eventually. Steady targeting snipe onto the lurkers. Ling Bane moving forward though. Gonna start to push the Terran away here. The 8 Overseers coming in handy. Gonna flag down all of the ghosts. They will be caught. They will be destroyed. The Liberators have no friends now. Do they need friends though? Liberators, of course. Not usually party goers. Solitary creatures. Well, I'm controlling this beautifully. Ghost Liberator, one of the toughest things to control. An average APM over 500 for both of these players. I say that, both. Not just Zerg mechanics kicking in here. Hatchery going to be destroyed. Broodlords reveal themselves. They show themselves to the innocent planetary fortress will be destroyed. Another missile launched at the bottom of the map here. Cancelled just as quickly though. Ghost will be punished. Liberator set up shop. Spore Crawler moving very quickly. The Broodlords making some progress against the planetary here. Maybe just trying to drain some resources repairing. Unfortunately for Dark though Clem, you see the bank down here. Clem's doing just fine. Some more Broodlords on the way. Thor's gonna be made in response. Oh yeah, Thor already here. Somebody call for an no, sorry, not the right unit there. No, of course. Some more Liberators gonna set up shop, help out the ghosts here. Up at the top though, Dark eventually going to clear it. Where are you going? Oh, this is a scary sight. You just admired Broodlords. Sorry, the Zerg player in me is excited. There's more of them down here though. Broodlord Infester is looking like what we're actually aiming towards up against Ghost Liberator Mech. This is Ghost Mech. Why do we call it Ghost Mech? Because we all know what the best mech unit is for Terran. It's the Ghost. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Best bio unit, Ghost. Best mech unit, Ghost Mech. Best air unit. Wait for it. What's the best air unit, guys? Ghost in a medevac, of course. Good answer, you got it right, I'm sure. 14 infestors on the way. So Dark is really hoping to lean into that Broodlord Infester. Oh, back to my Wings of Liberty days here. Broodlord Infester. Composition of choice. Fungal growth, not as deadly as it was back then though. If you remember, fungal growth used to be a full root. Now it's just a slow. It used to actually pin the units in place so they could do nothing. Mules, returning their last load of minerals. Their Broodlords gonna make sure these tanks never see the light of day. Well, 2 of them will. Caster's Curse. And the rest of the Terran army starts to move across the bottom of the map here. Decent EMP hits one of the infestors, the Broodlords. I like them. I don't see Broodlords enough. Thor, Ghost, Liberator here. There's even a Viking. There's a couple Vikings. Ooh, Clem adding in just a couple Vikings helped to generate some threats against those Broodlords. Perhaps Dark will have to respect it. There's not a whole lot other than Broodlord Infester for Dark though. He's got a few Corruptors, a few Banelings. The Baneling's not going to be much help against the Vikings though. Like, they're not like the Heart of the Swarm campaign Banelings that can jump up and leap around. And Clem slowly navigating another missile going to be fired. Where's the Ghost? Here he is. He's over here. We actually gonna have this one land? Kill your friendly Ghost? Friendly fire on the other Ghost. Nuclear missile does land, which gives Clem the opening he needs to set up shop. All of the Liberators, Thors, and Ghosts that Terran could ask for here. Decent EMP tagged some of the infestors. Didn't wipe them out though. They must have actually had some decently high energy there. 2 more nukes on the way. It's been working well so far. Clem, slowly but surely, making progress here. I'm most impressed and admiring for the Terrans here. Jeez, more nukes. I'm most impressed and admiring that Clem is set up not with a defensive composition here. The Ghost Liberator, it's like a It's more of a slow crawl composition. He's taking his time, delicate movements, many nuclear missiles. There's barely any minerals here, actually. But anything you can drain from the Zerg is helpful. That nuke was actually cancelled. Clem realizing he didn't quite need it. Snipe onto a Broodlord, exchange for the ghost's life. Oh lord, another one. How many nukes so far? 7? Ooh. Just using them to... Worried for a second Clem was gonna nuke himself. Nidus Worm and a few Zerglings pop up over here just to deny a bit of mining. 14 SCVs actually killed off. 4 drones were killed off, not too sure where. Most of the tug-of-war struggle has been here. The Broodlords trying to make some progress, losing one ghost every so often. The Liberator's gonna step a bit farther forward. Start to deny some larvae, actually. Spore crawlers inching their way backwards. The spore crawler wall here. What's the goal for Dark? What are you hoping for? Because the Broodlord shuffle has not been working out so far. The Infestors, is that the goal? A decent fungal? It looks like it. Dark stepping a bit more forward, picking off quite a few ghosts thanks to that fungal. That's the win condition for the Zerg, actually. The Zerg is hoping to nail a decent fungal. Broodlords can then step forward, the ghosts don't get away. Siege tanks deny this hatchery. These poor drones, scared for their dronely existence. You know how loud siege tank shots probably are? Sorry, can't hear you over the siege tanks. No, that was dumb. I'm okay with it though. I will live. I will not lose sleep over that. So many changelings. Ghost's gonna deal with that. How many overseers you still got? Only 6? Lightweight. I don't get up for less than 8 overseers, Dark. Creep tumors. The main production focus. Dark has gone down to 21 drones. 177 army supply. What are we looking at? 14 broods, 15 infestors, nuclear missile launched at the top of the map here. Dark may be looking to pick him off a decent fungal. The nuke barely canceled. I think the ghost died, just barely. Dark was able to spot it, tried to target it down. A very nice Ling backstab, gonna start to kill off some SCVs, to which Clem, I'm sure, is going to say, thank you, I didn't want more SCVs. These buildings, rooting, not gonna be very healthy. The nuke falls. The Ling's still getting some damage done on the other side of the map. Cloaked ghosts lifted off command centers. The Liberators. Liberators do counter Zerglings. It's just not very efficient. It's not very quick. Right. Getting better at that. Neural EMP onto the other ghost, though. Dark snapping back with some spellcaster usage himself. Gonna EMP those ghosts, prevent some of their capabilities. The Liberators make it very tough to commit, though. Spore Crawler's gonna try and inch forward, forcing the unsiege from the Liberators. With the Liberators set up, it's tougher for the Infestors to get in. And without a decent fungal, the Broodlords can't get in. So how do you break it? How do you break it? Brainstorm. Yes, step 1, you have to get the Liberators to unsiege. So how do you do that? You can Viper, you can Corruptor, you can Spore Crawler. All of the above? Why not? I would love to see maybe just 1, 2 Vipers There are 2 Vipers. Where are they? Make yourselves useful, my Vipers. You guys have full energy. I would love to be seeing just a couple abducts. At least abduct attempts. I know the ghosts probably aren't going to let him. Decent amount of damage from this another Ling backstab up here. These buildings not going to lift off. Is this the factory? Clem says, get rid of this factory for me. I've hated this factory since I made it. I'm going to let it burn down. I hope it burns down. Still got a little bit of a stalemate up here. We'll keep an eye. The factory does burn down. I wouldn't blame Clem if he shot it himself. Factory's been nothing but trouble the whole game. Infestors circling around. Clem set up. Wonderful defensive posture here. A little bit of a stalemate though. Liberators pushing forward. Parasitic bomb onto the Liberator. That doesn't kill it though. It just makes it question its existence and some of its life choices. A great fungal onto those ghosts. A few of them going to be picked off. Another parasitic bomb. I like it. I like it. At least it's something. I don't think Dark is in a good spot though. A good position. Especially when we look at the money. When we take money into account here, Dark is out of gas. Another nuke. Going to be launched here. Top of the map. Cloaks the ghost. Nuke will land. Fungal attempt. Nuke. Oh, gets the larva. Not much else. Another set of lings. The damage has been working well from these Zerglings. However, well, if it forces Clem out of position, that's a big help, actually. Siege tanks. Deal with some of those changelings. Burrow the links. There's still a siege tank up here, which has 8 kills. The Broodlord's able to fly forward thanks to moving all of the Liberators and the Ghosts and the Thors and the Medevacs, but not the siege tanks. It's just burrowed lings. A beautiful attempt from Dark, but Clem just not quite taking the damage I think Dark needs him to. Liberator doing a U-turn. Siege tank will eventually clean it up, destroying the reactor in the process too though. A decent fungal, but no room to commit. The Liberator Ghost Thor control is just proving to be a bit too much. Some more broods on the way. Dark out of gas, running low on minerals though. Mining bases, it's really just these 2, and some of these drones aren't even mining. Ghosts stepping forward, inching to the left here. Liberators moving with them. Siege tanks, slightly farther behind though. Oh, what's the move? I think Clem has to try and deny the mining base. That's a lot of Ling Bane. Decent snipes onto the Overseers. Terran gets to move a bit more forward. Need a siege tank up here to start to pressure the spores. I stand by what I said. I don't think Dark is in a winning position here. I'm a bit nervous. Clem down to 18 SCVs, committing 179 army supply. That's a scary army. Ghosts moving forward. Decent fungal. Snipe onto some of the broods, though. A few of them going to be picked off, actually. How many ghosts is this? 26 ghosts. Clem with the mass ghost play. Pushing forward. 16 drones have fallen. Where are the drones dying? A Liberator at the bottom of the map here. One last hoorah from Dark. A Ling Bane push to hold it all. Neurals, Thors, Liberators, the Ghosts moved back though. The Cloak and a WW comes out from Dark. A GG. Well earned. A war of attrition. A nearly 40-minute slugfest between these two. I gotta say, that's a contender. Game of the year. I like it. TVZ in its late game finest. If you guys enjoyed, be sure to let me know in the comments below. As always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day.